Chapter 1. There are two general problems in processing pre-clears. The first is how to audit. The second is what to audit. The present volume presupposes that the skill necessary to the first problem has been mastered, and there is good reason why this should be the case, for the present techniques of Dianetics are far from difficult. Scientology 8-8008 to all patents and purposes, putting the finishing touches on the knowledge necessary to handle thought. A study of how to audit embraces thought, emotion, and effort, counter-thought, counter-emotion, and counter-effort, and three actions of energy, the behavior of attention units, the anatomy of maybe, and a general knowledge of the background of Dianetics. Elementary group courses exist which, coupled with book study, and if possible study with a college associate, give one all the insight and skill necessary to accomplish results. What to audit is covered in some degree in other literature, such as The Science of Survival and the first volume of Dianetics, Dianetics, the Modern Science of Mental Health, as well as Advanced Procedure and Axioms. The current work is, however, the first coverage of all categories. It is written to be used in connection with electropsychometric auditing and the individual track map companion pieces of this present volume. There are four general fields of incidents, four areas of past embraced in this work. These are 1. Present life from preconception to present time. 2. The genetic line being the evolutionary chain on Earth. 3. Large specialized segments of the whole track. 4. The theta body line or whole track. Of the four, only the last is actually capable of producing the clear with any rapidity. However, the auditor should be familiar with all these lines. They are taken one by one in the above order in this volume. All incidents in this volume should be detected and audited with the assistance of an e-meter. If it were not for the e-meter, these incidents would have remained undetected except in the haziest state. Without an e-meter, they cannot be audited with security or even safety for the pre-clear. How to audit and what to audit together deserve considerable study. Certainly they deserve more study than one would give American history or English or arithmetic, for they deliver a greater dividend to the individual. Studying these incidents may be discovered to be re-stimulative to the student. If so, he would find auditing them as re-stimulative. However, such re-stimulation is very easily resolved, and unless he feels close to the end of tolerance, he should not be shy of auditing or studying the track. In Scientology 8-8008, we have seen that creative processing is far superior to any other type of processing. Creative processing does not address the facsimiles as such. It breaks agreement on the power of the facsimiles. In order to audit a pre-clear, however, one should have a very good acquaintance with what the facsimiles contain. If he has this information, it's relatively simple for him to give the pre-clear mock-ups which approximate the material in facsimiles without telling the pre-clear why such mock-ups are being given to him. The facsimiles yet will themselves desensitize. The mock-up should be parallel to the incidents which are given here, but should not be close enough to bring the pre-clear into the actual incident. For instance, in the matter of Fac 1, the pre-clear should be made to handle black boxes, cameras, things with handles on them, and should handle them in any environment he chooses, but not the environment of Fac 1 itself. All the various conditions of Fac 1 can be approximated, preferably very widely, until the pre-clear is no longer interested. In the matter of fact 1, the auditor will find that as soon as the pre-clear is given a black box on a tripod to handle, he may have a tendency to set it on a throne and have large numbers of people bow to it, or have the contraption he has mocked up chasing him. Do not in any case let him get an actual fact 1 coffee grinder. This will become clearer as one audits. If the auditor knows of the existence of these incidents, and if he finds them in the pre-clear with an E-meter assessment, then he should use some solid geometry parallel of the material in the actual incident, such as a light bulb for a thetan, etc. The auditor will soon find that he can tell at a glance in many cases what incidents his pre-clear is sitting in. This requires experience. For instance, people who wear thick horn-rimmed glasses and are thin are generally in the monitor valence of fact 1 and will flip into the incident with great suddenness if it's even closely approached. As fact 1 accounts for tuberculosis in most cases, it will be seen then that this creative processing of whole track incidents is of considerable value. The auditor should not, however, run the actual incident, but should study Scientology 8 to 8008 to discover how to approximate the incident with mock-ups.